perfection coming up. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. In the end, it's gonna be us. Don't need a spotlight on this grind. I run it up, in the cut. Gotta eat, skip the sleep till the work done. I be up, I'm getting mine. Ain't no rush. This perfection coming up.
Going on, world? Welcome back to the Croscast. It's your man Cleveland. Cleveland Homes if you professional. Showtime if you're nasty. And I'm here with my guy,
Dustin, Callaway Comedy. Let's get it.
Let's get it. So, I know y'all probably like, I saw him last time. Yeah, you did. You probably see him next time too. And the time after that, and the time after that.
Yes, sir.
You get what's going on here? You're picking up on it?
I smell it.
You smell it. See? It smells good, don't it? So, we jump right in, man. Last episode, we was talking towards the end about going to check out a different comedy room other than the room I run at that we be at.
PH8.
PH8?
Yeah.
What day?
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Yeah.
Not some Wednesdays.
Come
Every
on out.
Wednesday.
Come on out. Wycliffe, right? Wycliffe? PH8.
Euclid Avenue, 30310.
Yeah. What time it start?
Doors open at 6. Show start at 7.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes we'll be on nigga time, but
yeah.
Be there.
First time comics, poets.
Singers.
Whatever you want to do. Last week it was lit too, but go ahead.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we had a nice diverse crowd too.
Yeah.
It was a nice diverse group. It was black people, white people, gay people, straight people. It was everything. It was like a fucking zoo in there.
Yeah, it was spicy, spicy, zesty people,
We had a nigga with paralyzed vocal cords.
Yeah, I'm like paralyzed vocal. I didn't even know about it. Like, and he was funny.
Yeah, nigga sound like Bane or Batman.
Yeah. No offense to the disabled people out there, people sensitive now.
He was funny though.
Yeah.
So I give him that. He was funny.
He was funny. I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm the type I would have made a bit out of him because
Oh man. Thank God he was funny.
Yeah.
If he wasn't, I probably would have let him have it. Right there at the event.
But I don't wanna. I gotta be careful what I say now because what you was about to say earlier about that experience we had last Thursday. It wouldn't have sat well with those people.
No, not at all. What experience are we talking about last Thursday? So the last episode we was on. Shit, that wasn't even last week. That was the week before, huh?
Yeah.
So we were talking about going to try out this other room. Do I need to name it? It's called Hatfield.
Yeah, it don't hurt. I mean,
it's called Hatfields. So it's a predominantly Caucasian room.
Yep.
And that was kind of why I wanted to go to it. I just kind of wanted to go see what that vibe was like. Because as far as stand-up goes, the only time I went somewhere just as a comic was when I did it for the first time in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only time I had been to just like a room and I wasn't hosting. So, and that room was pretty diverse. Mm-hmm. It was mixed up. And those people had they had a cheery disposition. Mm-hmm. So they was kind of ready to laugh, which made it the experience that much easier.
In Vegas.
Yeah, in Vegas. They it was the place I went to was called Wise Guys. So if y'all ever in Vegas, go check them out. I'll shout them out on the positive light because it was a cool spot. It's a comedy club, and that's what you see. Like when you picture a comedy club, it looks like one. It looks like what you would want it to look like. Yeah, and the crowd was nice and engaging. And it was a lot of comics there too, which was why I did not realize what you were saying. Like I understood it, but that wasn't my reality until I saw it again.
Yeah.
Thursday. So yeah, so you went up first. Mm-hmm. You want to tell them about how that felt?
So this was his first time at Hatfields, but this was like my third or fourth time at Hatfields. But when I went up, I knew what to expect already when we went, and my experience there is always kind of the same. Like the one time I went, I was able to grab some laughter from some of these people in there.
Yeah.
But this time around, what I was explaining to you before we went, I was like, look, these people, man, it's something about the room because at first, you know, if you listen to a lot of different comics say, you know, oh, if you bomb or this or that, maybe it's just you. Now, sometimes it ain't just you. Sometimes it's just the room that you're in. And like you said earlier, the crowd is predominantly white people.
Right.
And when I went up to do my comedy, it was kind of like I did the same set on purpose that I did at PHA that had people laughing. The black people laughing.
Yeah, I love that set. That was the first set I ever seen you do.
And that was, at PHA.
I love that set.
That was my first set, right? And people laughed. I got the video footage of it. But then I said, let me try something. Just to make sure that at this club, the way I'm feeling about this spot, if it's real, if it's valid. And I went up and did the exact same set in front of a whole white crowd. And it was just kind of like, huh. And that's it.
Yeah.
So the way I feel about that spot, I'm like, look, man, my style of comedy is not for white people. And I'm not even gonna lie. Because we talked afterwards and you kind of like felt like, you know, I'm gonna give it another shot. And I told you, I'll come and support you, but I'm never doing it.
I'm not giving it another shot.
I'm not going up there.
And like, cause see, in my heart, I want to believe that it's those white people. It's not just white people.
Right.
Because I've talked to it be some white people at the room we at.
Yeah. So let me take that back. Hold on, my bad. Let me take that back before you go. It ain't all white people. It's the white people in that place.
And maybe it's like and is it just that place, or is it like, are white people that are stragglers different than a room full of white people?
Right.
Because their style of comedy in that particular room is a little different.
Mm-hmm.
They not really like storytelling comics, whereas like I think culturally, our people is more like we into stories.
Right.
You know, like and relatability,
and
they're more into slapsticky, goofy humor, gay shit. You know, like they make a lot of like gay jokes.
Yep.
You know, like or like cousin fucking jokes and shit like that. To me, that like some of them you can make it funny, but like I don't think I would pay to go see a comedian make a bunch of jokes on how they did gay shit or fuck their cousin.
Right.
It's like it's only so many of those out that's gonna be funny before it's like, okay, where's the shit I can relate to?
Yeah, and that's how it is to me with people like person after comic after comic. I'm just like,
yeah, it's like I never fucked my cousin. I can't really relate to this. I can only laugh so much at this. You know, you laugh at the initial shock, like, oh, I can't believe you said that.
Right.
Then once you're over that, it's like, okay.
Here come another one, and another one. And then even, like, you didn't get it this time when you went, but my very first time there, it was kind of like when it was, like, black people talk came up, it was always, like, black people shit, like, coon stuff or something that's always like that hacky shit that's talking about watermelon and chicken and shit.
Yeah.
I'm just like, come on, man. Like, that ain't what I'm about to do.
Yeah, I'm not one of those self-deprecating comics. I don't want you laughing at me, like in the sense of like, you nigga. You can laugh with me about some shit.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be the butt of my own joke.
Yep. But that takes me to this dude here. Remember, same club. He did a hacky joke outside. When we was outside talking to dude, he said the Tyrone shit. I was just like, that's hacky shit, bro. Like, okay, that's funny that you was able to guess his name, which I don't believe the story that he was telling us. I don't know about you, but I didn't believe it.
Yeah, that's wild.
I'm like, dude, what a coincidence, right?
And it's like that shit could have backfired so bad.
You was really out there performing for us outside.
Right.
That's what he was doing. I'm just like, I understood what he was saying on one part about us having unity amongst each other, but when it comes to certain shit, but I'm like, dude, come on, man. Get out there with that hacky shit. Like, you thought, but that's what they do up there. You think that hacky shit where you talk about racial shit with us in the room is just funny. No, it's actually, when you look around and you hear y'all up there doing that shit, look around at who's laughing. Y'all are.
Right.
We kind of be sitting there like, oh, ooh, okay.
And see, I give the vocal cord guy at the room we at, I give him his props. He did one hacky joke, but he blended it well in with the other ones to where I was able to laugh at. He's talking about like he was like 2% African.
Yeah.
He was like,
That's
he
why
didn't
I
get none of the cool shit.
Right,
he
right,
just got
right.
the shit, the inability to swim.
Right,
and,
right.
and the love for watermelon.
Yeah, but that was like smart though. It was like, damn, dude, I see how you tied that all together.
Yeah, it worked out.
He didn't do a bunch of it.
Exactly. So,
You know?
and he was there chilling. Like his homeboy that he came in with was a gay black guy.
Right.
So it's like, I didn't feel a way about him.
Mm-hmm.
And like I get it with the comedy because I know black comics would be like, white girl here, you gonna shoot this place up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, I get it. I'm not completely against white people making black jokes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a way to deliver it. It's certain types of black jokes.
Right.
I don't want to hear you talk about no damn Rodney King.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We don't want to no Emmett Till joke. There's certain shit that is like, we don't do that. We're not going to make a joke like that.
Right.
And most jokes, actually, I heard a white person say one time, you can't be racist unless you're white. And I said, you know what? I'm running with that. I wouldn't have never thought it before, but it works in my favor, so yeah. I'm going to take it.
I mean, but it's true, though. Like, I mean, if you think about racism, you could be prejudiced if you, like, black.
Everybody's prejudiced.
Yeah, you could be that, but, like, racism is tied to, like, systemic stuff that was put in place to keep us down, you know? So I think a lot of people don't get that. So if you hear somebody, a white person say, oh, you just a racist black guy. Really? Who does the system benefit, me or you?
Right.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's keep the same energy. Like, come on, man. But with Hatfields, man, I decided, like, when I was outside talking, I was saying, like, you know, this is a major reason why I will not go back there and perform. And it's like, I'm not going to keep on going back there because I know who I am. And to me, I look at life like this. All money ain't good money.
Right.
One thing that I won't do is, I refuse to, I'm good at adapting in certain situations, right? But I won't adapt in certain situations. Like with this comedy thing, I got in this game to be myself, to be free.
Exactly.
To be able to go in front of people. It don't matter who you are. I'm going to make you laugh with me being myself. And I'm not going to change myself or alter how I do my thing to try to get you to laugh. If you don't laugh, cool. I'm good with that. I'm not going to come back here. I'm cool with that. Because this person that I am on the mic when I do comedy is tied to, it's deeper roots for me. It's deeper things going on for me. Like, dude, I told you I've been at my job for 14 years, man.
Right.
And for 14 years, I've sat up under, I don't got nothing against white people, but it's a white company. And I've sat up under these people for years. And you know what I caught myself doing for 2 years straight, bro, when I first started working there? People will call in and I'll have to pick up the phone and talk to contractors and all this shit. I would put a white voice on. Like, hey, thanks for calling, blah, blah, blah. Hey, my name is Dustin, how can I help you? And I'm just like, doing that shit for 2 years. And I was wondering, like, after 2 years, man, my motherfucking throat would be hurting. I would be fucking exhausted going home. Like, what's wrong, man? And then I was like, damn, I'm turning into these motherfuckers to appease the person on the phone that I don't even know. I'm not even being myself.
Right, and they might not even give a fuck.
Yeah, and I started altering myself. And I'm like, when I hit that 2 years, and I was just like, man, I'm about to fucking quit. I said, you know what, let me try something. And that next day when I went to work, I'm right here, talking like this. Hey, thanks for calling, blah, blah, blah. My name is Dustin. How can I help you, man? What you need help with? And then when I started talking like that, I heard the people on the phone like, is this Dustin? I'm like, yeah, it's me. Hey, man, why you sound so different? And this me talking because I was being my fucking self.
You sound so black.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I ain't never finna talk like that no more. I'm not gonna change myself. And really, once I punch out in life, I'm not finna go out here and if it's some shit, like comedy to me is like something that I'm doing, I won't even say on the side, but this is like me living my life off the clock. I ain't about to change for nobody, so fuck that wrong. I ain't going back to that motherfucker. Like I said, I'll go back and support you, but I'm not altering myself no more, bro.
You see the one episode of the Chappelle Show where black people got their reparations and the weatherman he was talking, and then he found out he got the reparations.
Nah.
He's like, this ain't my real speaking voice. That's my real speaking voice. I'm talking like a straight up gangster, bitch.
Oh my God, man. But they do that shit too, man. I'm like, man, I ain't doing that shit no fucking more, man.
Yeah, I understand that. And like when we was talking outside, I was saying like I think they want like nigga comedy. You like, well, are you gonna do that? And I'm like, no, not like that. Not like that. I mean like they want to see me be the nigga. As opposed, I don't mean like Sambo, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't motherfucking Uncle Tom
Mm-hmm.
But if I just went in there and was just like, man, fuck y'all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think they'd get a rise out of that.
Right.
I think it would alarm them or it would offend the shit out of them and they'd be like, get this nigga out of here.
I think that'll work because I think it's like, all right, fuck it. You don't want to hear this motherfucking story I gotta tell you? That you know, black people think it's funny. Fuck y'all. You wanna hear this? Fuck you. Y'all don't wanna laugh at shit. Y'all over there sitting up there just uptight and shit. Oh, fuck you, old man. You know.
And I didn't realize that the whole room was comics.
Mm-hmm.
With the exception of the 3 people at that table in the front. Hell, one of them might have been a comic, for all I know.
I ain't never seen them there, but everybody that you saw kind of sitting outside of that table and that one dude over the wall, they were fucking comics, man. Like, yeah. And that shit it still holds true to me. What dude they said when I went up my very first time out there in Canton. He said the motherfuckers be haters. They only want to see themselves win, so they'll purposely sit there and try to not laugh.
Yeah, it was definitely a weird vibe in the room. And it's like these people were so uptight, like they wasn't even really laughing at each other either.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, before I forget. So the host was actually kind of funny.
He's funny.
He was actually funny.
Yeah.
It wasn't they wasn't really laughing, but he was funny. But he tried some bullshit for a second. When he got I got a couple comedians that gotta get to other shows.
Oh yeah.
So we gonna start bumping.
Mm-hmm.
I had a nigga moment for a second. He bumped. He do the first 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him signed up for the next 2 spots. He bumped us for some guy. Now before he did that, the other nigga, I got a couple people I gotta get through. I'll go beeline straight to him. Put my hand on his shoulder. How much bumping you planning on doing? Oh, you next? No, I'm not next. My man next. I'm after him. Oh yeah. Why he playing with us like that?
Yeah.
Because he ain't know us.
Yeah. See, I know he remembered me, but my very first time going there, the other host did the same thing. He bumped me for that other dude that went up.
The one that went up before us?
Yeah. They always bump people for him. Always.
Fuck him.
And I noticed that, the funny thing is, I noticed that dude, he got a little traction out here. I thought it was just there.
No, once I heard his name, I've seen his name on like the flyer.
Yeah, I just happened to stumble across a few posts with him on it the other day after we left. I was like, oh, people know him.
And now I got a question. Did he have like a shtick, or is he like kind of slow? Or I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong word that's going on YouTube. Maybe not slow.
He touched a little bit, like he had a little special.
Yeah, is something going on, or is that just his act?
Because
I noticed he was selling shit. Like he on top of his game business wise.
Yeah, I think whatever he said, I think he said he like a schizophrenic or something like that. I think he said that. I think he really do have a problem because he got a condition, not a problem, but a condition. Because if you listen to him talk, I've seen him a few times out when he's not on stage. He's still the same way.
Okay, so that wasn't just like his bit.
No, he definitely got a condition, something going on. But I think he might be on the spectrum because if you listen to some of the stuff that he talk about and the way that he deliver it, you can just tell like it's something playing in his head.
Yeah,
and he just kind of going off of that. Like it's not an act because when you talk to him off the camera. Off stage, he'll still talk to you like that. He like kind of like don't.
Yeah, like he do come off like he on the spectrum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it's like, man, I don't give a fuck if you on the spectrum. Don't bump me for this nigga.
Yeah, like no, you. But that's the thing about that spotlight. One thing that I learned about comedy because what I do is I follow comedy. I listen to a lot of comics that's been in the game for a long time. Yeah. So I listen to them to learn because that's the one thing that I like to do. I like to learn. I don't want to just jump into something and not know how to navigate that thing. So a lot of people that I watch, they say that, you got to respect the 5 minutes. If they give you 5, do 5. Some of them say do 3. And they say also prepare to get bumped. So that's why I was sitting there like, I'm used to it now because I'm trying to,
I feel
because it's layers to it. This is how I look at it, man. I'm in business, right? As a businessman, I do what you do. I ain't going to tell you to not do what you do. Because you may be able to get a deal closed for us doing it your way. Right. But the way that I navigate business, I look at it from a different angle when it comes to like the comedy game, right? Let's just say comedy. Use that as an example. You went up there and said, hey, my man, So how many more of us, boom, boom, boom. Now, and the way that I look at it is, I'm looking at it from a different angle from what I learned from the other comics. They say, hey, you got to just get prepared to get bumped. You got to get prepared for this, prepared for that. Because that person that bumped you, say for instance, the host may not be nobody, but that dude that went up and that,
he bumped us forward. Got some.
Say if he got a little bit of juice down the line and he remember us. He was like, oh, I was at that comedy show with these two dudes. Let's grab them. And I want to put them on this tour with us. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I kind of sit back and I pay attention because I want to know who is who. I'm studying the room. So,
right.
And like, say for the host, he's good to me. Like that host.
Yeah, the host is good to me.
To me, he could be a mainstream.
Yeah.
A mainstream host. And let's just say if he books 17 rooms in Cleveland, he remember us. He say, oh, let me grab them two dudes.
Yeah, he ain't grabbing me. He gonna try to get me to be security or something.
No, but you never know. You never know. So that's why and that's one thing I will say that I take away from my 9 to 5. I just sat in the room with these powerful people at this company. I'm talking about the owners. And I watch how they move. Then they work with each other. They'll cuss each other out. But I watch how they move with each other. I'm just like, okay, I see what y'all doing. But at the end of the day, they always come back and pull each other. They pull each other up in like different areas. I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna sit back. Don't get me wrong. I won't sit back and just let somebody beat the shit out of me and take that shit. Like eventually I'm gonna be like, all right, come on, man. What we doing?
And it ain't like he was beating the shit out of us.
Yeah.
I just, this is my first rodeo like this.
Right.
So I'm new to this for real. I'm used to having an ideal setup because I'm the host.
Right.
Just like shit. Even the one day, I kind of stuck you in the line, but I'd already said that to you. I just forgot I said it. So it's not like I did something wrong. So you didn't bump nobody for me. And that's what me and Kim, I'm just throwing. That's what we talked about, but it was like, and she was like, no, he didn't bump nobody for you. I was just like, okay, yeah, that's right. Because she was like, yeah, he was going number 3 anyway. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Because I know that if I come late, man, I don't expect you to bump nobody for me. Like I never going and that's just the realness on your end. Like, look, I can even understand, say, if they had a packed room full of fans and you know this guy delivers, and you gonna bump somebody you don't know for him, that makes sense. The way he set it up was like he about to put a roster in front of us.
Right.
Like, yeah, I got some comedians that gotta get to other shows. Okay, it's open mic here. So I'm assuming these motherfuckers not headed to no paid shows. They about to go to another open mic. So you about to come let him jump in front of me just so he could perform 5 minutes and then run out of here?
Right.
He not even about to stay and kick it and watch your show. You shouldn't even acknowledge that. No, I'm just about to run in your show, do a 5-minute set, bump these people out the way, let me run in and tell some jokes and run out.
Right.
And then he in there selling merch and shit. So you gonna let him come just piggyback off your crowd. He ain't even showing you no respect for real.
Yeah.
He just running in, let me debo your crowd. Y'all wanna buy some of my merch? All right, I'm out.
See, I think that's the difference between, I'm gonna go back to the racial stuff. Black and white people, man, we operate different. Like we operate different when it comes to stuff like that. Like me personally, I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta make people respect how the game goes. I'm sorry.
Right.
Like Tyrone, he funny.
Right.
But I'm sorry, Tyrone, you real funny, but like you gotta, people set rules in place for a reason. And I'm one of those people that like, okay, some rules I may be like, all right, that's some bullshit. But if somebody open up a club, you got PHA, right? Like, can't nobody just come in there telling you how to run your shit.
Right.
No, you got to operate like this. This is how we operate in here. This is how I set it up. Oh, just because you funny, you can't just come in here and just be like, oh, you need to do this. Or I'm going to take, oh, you only give me 10 minutes? No, I'm going to do 15, 20. Like, you can't just do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the way that they operate, though, they kind of do that friendship shit. And if I do you a favor, you're going to give me a favor down the line type shit. I just know that's how they operate, a lot of them, man. So when I'm in that room with them, I don't even be expecting them to look out for me. I already come in there with the expectations of, you're going to do something grimy to me.
And see, and my thing is, I'm coming in the room. I don't expect you to do nothing for me, but I do expect you to treat me like you're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
If we showed up here early to sign up for the slots 3 and 4, we ain't trying to do 7 and 8.
Right.
We want to be 3 and 4.
Right.
Now, it would have made more sense to me if that room was full of fans. First off, the room wasn't that full.
Nah.
Second, 95% of the crowd was comics.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna bump a comic so we can listen to another comic?
That's how the motherfuckers.
Like it would make more sense if it's like, okay, I got a room full of spectators.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they all in comics. I got 15 comics, but I got a room of 80 people.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna bump somebody cause this dude want to get in and out, but he funny. He gonna keep my room popping.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Ain't nobody in here about to leave until after they go, because we all comics. Everybody, and then his room fried. His room ain't like mine.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, they tell their jokes and they get the fuck out. They come in, tell their jokes, and leave.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you another example of how they operate. When I went to the spot my very first time on stage, I was out in Canton. I ain't even gonna throw the name out there. But I got there. You know how I do, I show the fuck up. I'm early.
Right.
I went out there 2 hours early. And I was on the street. I walked in the bar, just the bartender was there. And a sign-up list. I was number one, right? I got there first. White owner came out. He put 6 people in front of me. But I'm there first. He bumped me all the way down the list to 7. So I was just like, damn, that's crazy. But I'm here first. So shouldn't you put me up first? But when I came to your spot first, you offered to put me up first.
Yeah.
They operate different, man. I swear to God.
In all honesty, when the first person, it's like, you want to go first or you want to go somewhere different?
Yeah.
I'm going to let you pick because you first.
Yeah.
You first, so you ain't got to go first.
Yep.
You go where you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
The first person will be like, I want to go last. Cool. I know I got one person that's going to definitely stick around. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
But see, they didn't extend that to me at all. Like, because he controlled the list. He actually didn't even let you sign up. The bartender will put your name down, but he literally took me from 1 to 7. I'm just like, damn, dude, that's crazy. Like, this is a different type of game for y'all. But, you know, like, even at that spot, like, and here's another reason. I'm going to go somewhere else with it. Why I'm not doing that wrong no more. Because my type of comedy, bro, it ain't for people that's super sensitive. And, like, to me, I ain't even going to lie to you. I'm not going to say that like black people are the super sensitive people out here. We not. Like, we can find humor in dark, humor in that dark shit that I typically do sometimes. But when I was up there, what old girl doing a crowd when I start talking about the handicap shit?
Yeah, she wasn't.
Or the fat people shit.
Yeah, I think it was the fat.
Yeah.
What was it? The fat that got it? It was one of the two.
When I get around fat people, I hold my breath. Okay, like what did she say? Like I think they said she.
Yeah, some bullshit like that. It's probably on your camera.
Yeah, like she got salty though because I said a joke about fat people. I'm just like, man, I can't fuck with them, man. I'm sorry, man.
And it's funny because like okay, I'm going when I'm using like white comics. I'm thinking in my head of like mainstream ones.
Mm-hmm.
They got pretty dark humor too.
Mm-hmm.
It usually ends with fucking something, but
right.
But like, oh yeah, my slow cousin, am I allowed to say slow? My disabled cousin.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I fucked her. Like that. I get a lot of. They got a lot of sex jokes. And I'm not saying that like none of them are funny, because some of them are funny.
Yeah.
Some of them is like, damn, that's wild. But you would think like they would not be so sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when it comes to things like disabilities and whatnot, I think in those rooms, from what I've seen, and I haven't been in a million rooms that are predominantly white, I prefer a mixed room.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer a mixed room. That's a good room to me.
That's where I'm at right now.
You got everybody's comfort level is like where it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you got one white person in a room full of black people, their comfort level might not be where it needs to be.
Right.
But now if they got half the room white, half the room black, everybody is gonna come comfortable, and you're gonna get comedians giving you they shit.
Right.
And the people in the crowd, nobody wants to be the only one laughing.
Mm-hmm. And you can pull laughs from different sides though too.
Right.
In a mixed room.
Right. And maybe this black guy who wants to laugh at this white comic, you got the white people laughing, he's gonna laugh too.
Yep.
Whereas maybe if it was all black people, he don't want to seem like the one that's like, oh, I ain't fucking with the white guy.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. Maybe you got the white guy that would be really into, black style of humor.
Mm-hmm.
But he don't feel comfortable laughing his ass off because he ain't around people that's into it.
Right.
So I definitely appreciate a colorful room.
Yeah.
You know,
and that's what I'm starting to realize too, because we were what at that spot. How many of us? I think it was us and like one other black person.
Yeah.
And when we got outside, Tyrone showed up. With the rest of the people in there, it was white people. I'm just like,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Like I know I did an experiment. I told you I do experiments, man. I experiment. I watch. I sit in the distance and I watch. I pay attention to people and I do experiments. And my experiment for that spot was when I did my first set right there. It was about, I talked about some domestic violence shit, and I was just talking about, like, I had a whole set about, when it's time to leave a relationship. And I just started laying out shit like...
Yo, I gotta catch some of this shit. Like, if you sensitive, you gon' get mad.
But I was laying shit out because I came from a real perspective. Like, this is the type of shit that you do in a relationship and you know it's time to leave. When you start busting fucking holes in walls, you go outside, get in your car, you hit the fucking gas, and you go in reverse, don't even look back to see who's behind you. And you throw that bitch and drive and the motherfucker still in reverse. I was just talking about all that type of shit. You in the house flipping furniture, punching holes in the wall. Like shit that people can relate to because motherfuckers probably done did that shit. Yeah. And these white people was just kind of sitting there like, looking at me like, oh my God, he's fucking violent. That's how they was looking at me. But I was just like, okay, damn. I said, I got something for the next time. Because after I went up, I said I had to go sit down, eat the shit, and then I had to listen to them do a whole bunch of black people jokes, and white people versus black people jokes. I'm like, damn. That's a fucking lot. It was a lot that day when I went. So I said, when I come back next week, I got something for y'all. And the next week I came back. I hit them with some white shit. Like, not no white comedy shit, but I had questions for them. Like, hey, white people, what the fuck is this about? And I started talking about my experience with my white manager at work, Diane. I walked in the meeting one day, and when I walked in there, I was dressed in all black. And as soon as I walked to the door, she looked at me and was like, hey, look at you, dressed in all black, looking like you're getting ready to go do something. And I stopped and looked at her like, fucking do what, Diane? You know what I'm saying? Killed the motherfuckers with that shit. They was rolling. And then I started asking, like, why the fuck does Diane do that shit? And I was like, and then I started talking about some shit along the lines of, why do white dudes do this shit when you see them? Like, I walk in the kitchen at work and there was a bunch of white dudes sitting at the table talking to each other like, hey, how's it going, Jeff? How's it going, Dave? Cool, how's the family? And I said, when they saw me, I walked past, hey, Dust, what up, bruh? I'm like, the fuck is that about? I just heard you talking to them regular. They started laughing.
Because they can relate to
I'm like, it's funny how I talked about the other shit last week, but I'm talking to y'all about this goofy shit that I really don't want to talk about, and y'all feel that. That's when I knew. I'm like, I ain't coming back here no more. Because I don't want to talk about that no more.
Because when you got that room full of them, you got to make shit relatable.
Yeah, I see.
And see, they relate different, I guess. This is me internalizing what you just said. I can't prove this is how they feel. But it's like, when they're in a mixed up setting, they can relate to different things. Mm-hmm. But when it's a group setting of just them, they can relate to that, what you just said, because that's what happens.
Right.
Because shit, I can relate to your perspective on that. Like, what the fuck, what's that about?
Right.
give me some skin.
Like, come on, man, you just talking to them regular, motherfucker.
Right.
I heard you. The fuck, use your regular voice, not no what up, bruh. The fuck? Come on, man.
Hey. Like, I ain't never said what up to you, man.
Right. I said good morning, motherfucker. Like, oh, it's what up, bro, when you see me, huh? The fuck out of here.
Yeah, I definitely know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but that made me feel like when I did that experiment, and once I was done, I was like, thanks for the laughs, but fuck y'all in my mind. I'm like, fuck y'all, man.
Yeah, like,
I'm not coming here doing
for
this shit. I'm about to talk about my mama when she walked past and I smelled the hint of shit. And I'm talking about that shit.
Yeah,
you know
that shit funny.
Yeah, that's the shit that I want to talk about.
That shit was funny.
And I felt like, too, even with them, I don't know if you pay attention, but, like, I like cussing, man. I'm sorry, man. Like, fuck is my favorite cuss word, man. I know you got a favorite cuss word. I don't know if I should say it on here, but.
What is it? Oh, nigga?
No, that ain't no cuss word.
Yeah, I ain't think so.
But I don't want to mess up the video for YouTube. You know how they be the B word.
Oh, bitch?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
That's my shit.
Yeah, but I don't know if the algorithm will catch it. Nope. Don't put this one out to let people see it. But yeah, I mean, but my favorite cuss word is fuck, man. I like saying, what the fuck? Like,
I like that one too. I just got a potty mouth. My mom always tell me, like, you think maybe you should clean up? I said, nah, fuck them.
Yeah, hey, but that's how I feel though. But I do, When I did, now I will say this. I don't know how often you watch your sets back after we get finished doing it.
I think I've watched once.
Yeah, I watched them back, bro. And when I tell you, I'll be up there, man, fuck, and I'm just like, damn. Okay, I gotta ease up. I have to ease up, and that's when I did the set that I did this past Wednesday. I eased up a little bit because I was like,
I think I'm gonna be a better comedian when I look back at some of the sets.
Watch them back, bro. I'm telling you. But yours, you don't. To me, when I listen to you talk, I don't know. I guess because maybe I don't give a fuck. But if you start to think about the people in the room, I think that'll kind of make it like.
And I think that's what my mom be getting at.
Yeah.
She like, you not caring how nobody feel. You just up here talking.
Yeah.
Like the one day we had like the group. It was a white group. They was in the table. They came with the singer. And my mom like, you called all of them niggas.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that?
I hear that clear as day in my head. I remember that.
Like, you can't do that. And I'm like, they didn't mind. It's like, well, they probably did. The one girl with the curly hair, she had a look on her face at the end of the show like, I'm like, yeah, she's not coming back.
Like, I'm never coming back there.
Remember, I'm like, I pointed out, I said, man, damn, look at her. She is not having our shit today.
I'm like, you don't call me no nigger. Like, in her mind, that's what she heard, too. Not nigga. She heard the hard ER.
Yeah, and I ain't, that, my bad.
But it's shit that we can learn from this, though, because how often do you see people sitting around talking about comedy, right? Like, a lot of comics, they sit around, man, and it's like everything is so fucking sacred to them. Like, I ain't gonna steal your jokes. But if we can talk through shit and, like, hey, throw some shit at me and tell me what I can do better, I think that'll make us all better, man.
Yeah. And ultimately, even us having this dialogue right here, like, ultimately at the end of the day, I want to be able to go into any room and perform well.
Right.
Rather it be a predominantly white room, predominantly black, a Latin room, you know, whatever it is, a mixed room. And I actually want to create a mixed room where I can have different types of comics. I want all the comics to feel comfortable in the room we in. You know, it's like if we over here at PHA every Wednesday, like when we over there, I dug the direction that it was going last week, and I want to build on that. That's why I pointed it out. Like, I like this room. It was a nice, diverse mix of people. I don't know what I did to make that happen, and I think between us sharing that stuff, like. It worked out.
And the crazy part is, dude, I haven't went as hard as I can go, for real. Like, as far as like sharing stuff and this and that. Like, I just been getting my balance back right with just getting everything, you know, back cracking in life, for real. So we can definitely blow that room up. And I'm telling you, we can blow that shit up. Like, cause like you just said, that room, it was crazy to me. When I walked in there, I was like, damn, it's a nice amount of people. And I'm thinking like, we're gonna have a lot of people going up. No. These were people that were just coming out to see a show.
Yeah, like last week, I think we had 5 comics?
Yeah. And like, I ain't even have a set. Yeah. I ain't had no fucking set. That room fucking scared the shit out of me. I'm like, oh shit. I ain't even have nothing. I'm like, these people ain't going up.
And that's why I'm like, we take 10 minutes each comic. Because I want quality over quantity. I want the comics to come in. I want you to be able to get into your groove. When you know you only got 3 minutes or 5 minutes, you kind of, if you stumbling through the first 2, but you only got 5, by the time you start really catching your stride, it's over. Yeah.
That's what I don't like about Hatfields. I ain't even gonna lie to you, period. I'm gonna throw this out there to all comedy clubs. Man, y'all gotta start doing 7 to 10. 7 to 10 minutes, man, because 5 minutes ain't enough for comics like me, like you and I. Because we don't get up there and just tell, like, why did the chicken cross the road? Like, we don't do shit like that. We kind of like build off stories.
Did you catch at the end of my thing?
Yeah,
I did one of them jokes.
This motherfucker right here. I'm like, that ain't you.
No, the last thing I said was just like, let me see what these niggas do.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that gets something out. Y'all like that bullshit?
Nah, I've always been into the storytelling shit because
that shit was so corny.
Yeah, it's just like when somebody tell a story, it can be so much funny shit that happened in that story. So like when you tell your story, right? I don't want to give your set away, but that bit with your son, Father's Day. That shit is funnier and funnier.
I was supposed to roll with that.
Yeah, you building on it. You keep I see you building on it. Like when you tell that story, I could tell every week I hear it, you're getting more comfortable with it. And it's making you plug different parts into it and you rearranging stuff in there. And I'm just like, okay, I see how you tying that in. And I'm going to laugh every time because I'm like, damn, that's something different. It was a little bit of a twist. Yeah. Not the story changing, but it was like how you set up holding off on that meme until the very last minute. And then that shit hit, boom. I'm like, damn, how you just kind of, you walk them through how you raised them and how you love them and you do anything for them. You bring it to everybody, you draw them in because they're like, damn, you really loved your son. And then how he hit you, then you talk about the year before what he did. And then boom, next year you gonna hit me with this bullshit? Boom, the fucking room is like, damn, dude, that shit funny as shit. But you need that time to build that.
Yeah, right.
5 minutes, you done.
Yeah, that's the only thing you saying.
That's all you saying.
If you even getting through the whole thing.
So back to Hatfields. That's why I can't go no more because, bruh, I rushed that set. I know I did. I felt rushed.
Because I've heard that set.
Yeah.
At PHA.
And it was kind of relaxed. And the crazy part is when I did that set at PHA, I rushed myself because before, remember, I didn't know I had 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I even did that in 10 minutes, but still, it was the people in the room.
Yeah.
They still laughed because it was the room this time. But say, for instance, if I would have known I had 10 minutes, bro, I would have had that set so much better.
And see, that's crazy to me because I remember how I felt your first time on my first time seeing you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this shit's funny. The first thing he grabbed my smell like shit. Oh, this nigga. And then you just went to town. And then it's funny because the things that you say that will make people sensitive, it seemed like every type of person was in the room.
Mm-hmm.
So that made it even more funny. I thought you did that on purpose.
Hell no.
It just played out like that. And then even when you did it at Hatfield, it played out like that.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga with a gambler, fat people.
The old man that was sitting there. I'm
just an old person.
But when I looked at them too, because what I was doing on the stage is when I was like hitting on those people, I was looking around the room to find somebody like that. I'm like, I'm not doing it on purpose. This is something that I had already built. But I'm like, let me just see how fucking sensitive these people really are. And I really looked at that old man and he was just like, I'm 74 or something like that. I'm just like, I saw the hurt in his eyes. I saw it and I was like, come on, how many more years do you really want? I'm just like,
that nigga said, 15?
Yeah, I'm just like, come on, man. You probably shit on yourself right now. Bro, you probably got diapers on right now, bro. Like, come on, man, cut the bullshit. But he was not feeling that shit at all.
I should have at least 15. Like, yeah, look, you got to think about it. Like, I'm about to die. You fucked this day up.
And I'm just like, damn, he probably like just got out the hospital last week for some shit.
That shit is hilarious to me.
I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna keep doing my shit because I'm gonna keep changing myself for these motherfuckers, man. But
like the one dude, when I was talking about the relationship, I'm like, y'all in a relationship? I had a feeling they wasn't. He's like, nah. I was like, oh, damn, so you going on by yourself, huh, poor guy?
Yeah, it hurt. It hurt. That shit hurt his ass. Even though he tried to laugh through it, I'm just like, yeah, it hurt.
Pencil dick bastard.
Right, but that's the world I live in, bro. I can't live outside of that world, man.
What? So we gonna definitely try some different rooms. I'm down to try it. And I'm gonna write me a joke. I'm used to the Father's Day one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make that a joke because shit, I can remember that.
Right. Because that's your real life.
Yeah, I can remember every element of it because I was mad. I was hot. That boy fucked me. He got me fucked up. I don't know what type of nigga he thought I was, but I ain't him.
See, but that's where, to me, I feel like for me and you, as far as us being like storytellers, that's where it's gonna work for us because the way you tell stories, I can hear that being your form of comedy.
Yeah,
just period, man.
That's my favorite.
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
And that's how it is for me. Like because remember when we talked in the last episode about like the origins and everything of where my comedy came from. It came from me wanting to do it. Came from talking to people, telling stories, and they started laughing. It wasn't because I was sitting at school like, hey, let me run this one by you real quick. Like Seinfeld would do. I'm like, nah. Yeah. I would just be telling a fucking story and somebody would laugh, and I'm like, fuck you laughing at, man? You laughing at me?
Right.
No, the way you tell the stories is funny. I'm like, okay, stored it. I'm like, that's what I'll do.
Yeah, I'm not a Two guys walking apart.
Nah.
One gets scotched, the other one says ouch. You know.
Yeah, like,
that ain't my shit.
Some of the shit is funny when those people do it. Like who was the dude that used to do that shit? The green fried tomatoes dude. What was his name? He was a fat white dude with the eyes that used to pop out his head. He passed away, but
Farley.
No, he older. So my wife said, damn, what was his name, man?
It sounded like he was about to say Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney Dangerfield. Him.
Okay.
He was that kind of comic. You know what I'm saying? Like he would do like those kind of jokes like he was just saying. But he was funny as shit.
And see now it's funny, I didn't know what Rodney Dangerfield looked like, but I've listened to him like on the streaming app.
Yeah.
Just listening to different comics.
Mm-hmm.
Now I hear him and he had a real like slapsticky. But see, he kind of put it like a story.
Yeah.
I think that's what made his funny, because he added like a storytelling element, but it's like, this is clearly not a real story.
Right. But it kind of sound like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it worked though. It shit worked for him.
Like what's the one guy? I think his name Dan Cook.
Dan Cook.
Him, that's not really my guy.
Man, that's crazy, because he used to be funny as shit to me back in the days. When I first heard Dan Cook, I was like, who the fuck
that's
is
the one
this
he's
dude?
always like, he just got like weird random shit.
Mm-hmm.
He just like random.
Like I haven't heard him in a long time, but I'm talking about the old shit, like 03, 04.
The first time I heard him, if he's the person I'm thinking of, he was in like Grandma's Boy, right? He was the friend in Grandma's Boy.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
He slept in the car bed, right?
Yeah, I believe that's him. And he played in another movie where he was a computer dude, where he was trying to frame somebody. But he was we talking about the same dude. He be like, he kind of loud on the mic and shit. He be like, he like animated and shit.
Yeah, like him. Like the first time I heard him, he was funny.
Mm-hmm.
After a while, I'm like,
It's kind of like the same.
Yeah, it's like he's not bad. I don't think he's a bad comic or nothing. That's not what I'm saying. It's just like I could do without.
Right.
I could do without.
Like his old shit, like I said, his old shit was
his
cool.
old shit's funny.
But like him now, I forgot. I ain't even still
It's funny. It's funny for shock value.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you first like, oh, I never heard this edgy shit.
Yeah.
Or like this style. And then once you get over that it's like, okay. Give me something I can relate to. At the end of the day, I always go back to what can I relate to?
Yeah.
Just like even with music, like Eminem, great rapper. Do I think he's my favorite? No. I can't really relate to your shit.
Right.
I can see you got the talent.
Right.
I like Eminem. But he's never in my all-time favorite list.
No,
because it's like your subject matter is like killing your baby mom, hating your mom, getting bullied, a bunch of things I don't want to do.
Right. See, like Eminem, his music was cool to me. Like, well, it's still cool, but would I ride around it with it playing loud in the car?
No.
Not gonna happen.
No. I respect his talent. I like Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a good rapper. If he comes on, I'm not like, turn that shit off.
Mm-hmm.
But that relatability, I cannot 100% relate to him. I can respect his talent because it's like, you getting me to listen to some shit that I cannot relate to at all.
Right.
So I know you gotta be good at it.
Right.
But
like some of his shit, my bad, go ahead.
No,
it was like one album that came out. This is a nice little transition to the music stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it was one album that Eminem had. You know, I don't want y'all to sit up here thinking like, man, what's wrong with these dudes? Man, they were just talking about comedy and shit, and they just transition right into music. It's all happening for a reason, people.
Fluidity.
Yep, it's all happening for a reason. But like with Eminem, it was one time that I really did feel him, and it was when he was going through that relationship shit, where it was like him, Nick Cannon, and all them tied in with Mariah Carey and all that shit. Because he had put out a song, like on that album, it was some shit where I was going through some relationship shit.
Yeah.
And when I heard the words, I was like, damn, still won't play it in the car while I'm driving down the street. But when I'm at home, I listen to it. If I'm in the gym with earbuds in, I listen to it, but I won't play it out loud.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
the gym is where you get all that shit off.
Yeah, that's why.
You get all your musical taste off in the gym.
Yeah, but that's when I was like feeling his like music. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, this shit crazy, man. Or when he was like making the music about his daughter and shit, I'm like, damn.
Yeah, like I fuck with that.
Yeah,
I can relate to that. The feeling of a parent to a child.
Right.
I can relate to that.
But I'm still not gonna play it out loud in the car. Nope. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
I can't dig the hating my mom thing.
Nah.
I don't hate my mom.
Nah.
I don't want to kill her. I don't want to rape her either.
Nah.
Yeah, you see he's talking that shit in the song. Like,
the thing about it is, though, one thing that I had to learn how to do is separate myself from other people's lives, because
that I can definitely do.
And I had to peel back layers of myself to say, let me put myself in your shoes. How would I feel? Now, I don't feel it because my mom ain't do me like that. Your mom ain't do you like that. But I was just like, well, let me see. What did she do? Let me read the lyrics. I don't want to hear you saying them because that shit just made me feel some kind of way. But I'm like, let me read what she did. Let me do a little homework on you. I'm like, oh, damn. There are some things that I believe in life that people can do to you. And I don't care if you mom, dad, grandma, grandpa. It can make you say, fuck you.
Yeah. Definitely.
Fuck you. You
100%.
Like, you don't get no love from me. Even though me and you, how we feel about our parents, we don't never talk like that. But when I do hear Eminem saying that shit, I'm like, okay, for myself, I don't feel you on that.
Yeah.
But for you, I'm like, damn, bro, I do feel bad.
I can understand that for you.
Yeah, like, damn.
Yeah, I can't relate, but I can understand.
Yeah. But I still wouldn't play that out loud either. And I probably wouldn't even listen to that song. But I listened to it that one time, but I ain't gonna keep playing it because I feel sorry for you. Like, nah,
right.
That's fucked up. But
right.
Yeah, next.
He got a couple of joints that was my shit that I would listen to.
Yeah.
Like one time I fell asleep listening to Eminem, and my mom like, you can't sleep listening to that type of music. That's some angry shit.
Yeah. Like, I ain't do this shit to you.
Yeah, like, I'm
no,
great. I don't give a fuck.
Damn.
I'm angry.
I want to hear anything that makes me mad.
Right.
No, but I got something for you in the music tip.
So, for y'all who don't know, we do a segment, Make Music Great Again. We shout out our musical taste for that week, whatever the vibe was that week. So, go ahead and get to it.
So, my vibe, I ain't even going to go into what I was going to say, but my vibe is, I don't know, like, I'm an R&B head, man. I don't know about you, but I'm an R&B head, bro.
I am too.
And, like, on the R&B side, man, I was just having a conversation with somebody the other day about, like, people that I like, and, you know, some people, you know, they kind of look at music. They listen to it different than I do. I'm like, when I listen to R&B music, bro, I listen to it for the sound of not just the track playing, but I want to hear that singer sing, and that shit got to sound good. You got to sound good. Like, not computerized. I don't want you to get on the mic and say some words and then they can edit it and put a few, you know, reverbs in there, some auto-tune and make you sound like you can sing.
Right.
No, I want to hear Tank. Like a Tank, that's my favorite singer in the whole world. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Tank got the juice.
He got that. You can just keyboard and he'll just sing and I'll be like, damn, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. So that's my vibe right there. Like, it don't matter what type of session it is, man. You throw that shit on. Like, back in the days, bro, when I used to run girls through the crib, man, listen, I had a Tank playlist ready for them. Tank.
Okay.
Hit that motherfucking playlist, sneak them through the house, they come up the stairs to the bedroom. That's Tank playing, bro. With the AC in the window blowing cold air and I got a candle lit over there.
Oh, see you a vibe guy. You a vibe like, I'm about to set this out.
Yeah, I set the mood, bro. Like,
we got the AC blowing in it's minute detail.
Yeah, but that's why I rock with Tank because, bro, that was 02, 03. It's 2022 and I still, you come through the crib, I bring chick through the crib, candle lit. Now we got central air in the crib. Motherfucking, with the motherfucking speaker playing motherfucking Tank in the background on the playlist. And it still works.
It does.
That's why I rock with that guy, man. Like, that's my vibe for this week.
Okay. I like that. Damn, you just made it hard on me.
Oh, no, you was playing some shit. I'm outside the door. This motherfucker up in here playing some shit while I'm outside the motherfucking door. What the fuck you in there listening to, man?
What was on? Oh, matter of fact, it was Brent. Man, Brent Fires.
Okay.
He dropped a new album on Friday. What I was listening to wasn't the new album, but I had ran through the new one. So it just kind of started like auto playing some shit. So yeah, I guess that's what I'm gonna go with this week, man. I'm gonna go with Brent. Toxic shit. He talking a bunch of cheating and all that nonsense. Yeah, toxic shit, but it's still a vibe. I can't relate these days, but I used to could. So I get it. Yeah, I'm definitely an R&B head. I like a lot of R&B. It's like with every day that goes past, the less and less rap I want to listen to. Mm-hmm. Unless it's like that hip hop vibe where it's like we gonna get lyrical. I'm gonna say some shit, say some wordy, witty shit to a nice beat. Cause I don't just want you lyrical miracling me to death on a shitty ass beat.
Right.
That. But Yeah, I'm going with Brent this week. I ain't even, we can talk music another time, but yeah, I'm going with Brent this week.
Okay.
Let's see, we closing in on the hour. You want to go ahead and kick off another topic, or you want to save it for next week?
Oh no, well, I thought I had something, man. What was I about to say? I had something, man.
I got some shit. It might.
No, go ahead. That's what you.
It might take us another 30 minutes to unpack it.
Damn.
It might. We can.
Can we lock it in 30?
We can lock it in.
All right, go ahead. Do what you gotta do.
Okay. So, I've been having this talk about marriage, pretty much relationships, things like that. And my stance on getting married, I'm going to say even more so, particularly to a woman that already has children.
Mm-hmm.
I would not want to get married until she had my child first. Is that crazy? Would you like my reasoning for it?
Go. I need that. I need to hear that because I ain't even finna say nothing yet.
So, in my head, marriage, to me, like that younger me, like grow up, get married, get you a wife, have a family, live happily ever after. That's what I thought it was all about. Today, at this age, I realized that the actual marriage part, the signing of the papers and stuff, is a business. It's a business decision. It's strictly a business decision. We can love each other and just be with each other forever.
Mm-hmm.
We can do that without paperwork. The paperwork is business. And what part of the business is it? It's insurance, basically. It's insurance. It's insurance that, hey, if this don't work out, you can have a little something to take with you. Or I can keep paying you, which I think is wild, but it's insurance for somebody.
Mm.
And my thing is, more so, I'm the context I was talking it in when I was talking about it was with a woman with children. So I'm gonna leave it in that context. It's like I feel like a man would be securing. I would be me or whoever it was would be ensuring their life. I'm insuring your life, but where's my insurance? If you don't have my child first, I'm gonna just use myself as the name here, so because it's easier for me to say it instead of putting other people out there. But so it's basically like if I were to marry this woman that already has children, but she didn't have mine, it's like I'm ensuring that I got something for you and yours. Where if this shit don't work out, now I'm paying alimony and shit to you and your family. You can take them away and be like, hey, I ain't never bringing this here to you again. Whereas if you have my child, then it would make more sense for me to ensure that. Because now, okay, if this don't work out, hey, I got something for my kid, guaranteed. Here. You ain't just gonna be out here in the world with my child. And I'm just doing whatever I'm doing. That makes sense to me. But doing it the other way around, the traditional way, oh, I'll marry you first and then you have my child. It's like, well, what if you don't have my child? And you decide you want to leave, why you get to take anything with you? You shouldn't get to take my shit. For what? You able-bodied just like I'm able-bodied. You know, so it don't make sense to me to do it the traditional way in a situation like that. Now, maybe if y'all both come in, no children, we moving on faith. Which, the more I think about it, the less I even think that's all right. Like, no, man, after we have a kid, then, you know, give you some insurance. We can involve the government in our shit. But before that, I don't see the need for it.
So, if a woman say, no, I'm not going to have no kid, you wouldn't marry her?
Right, no.
So I guess my thing is with that is, can't you just get a prenup? Because it sounds like that's what you're a little concerned about, like the fact that she can come in and she can decide she don't want to have a baby with you, so she get to leave with alimony. What if you just sign a prenup and it says that whatever you come in with, you leave with, whatever I come in with, I leave with?
In the scenario that we were talking about, I guess the woman's argument was, why do I need a prenup if you don't plan on leaving?
Because you don't. Come on, man.
And it's like, why wouldn't you sign a prenup if you don't plan on leaving?
Because we know how life works, right? How many relationships have you been in prior to me? Did they work? Obviously not, because you're here with me now.
And you had every intention of them motherfuckers working.
Yeah, you didn't go in saying, I know this ain't gonna work, but we can be together. No, you didn't think, like, shit happens in life, man. One day y'all might wake up and y'all might not love each other no more. So you just go your separate fucking ways. How many times have we done that in life? So that's why I would get a prenup. But that's, like, to me, that would be my solution to what you're going through, because I think that, like, well, towards what you were talking about, my bad. But like, I don't know. I just think that, like, if a woman, like, in order for you to feel secure in that relationship, you would have to have a baby first to want to marry him.
Damn wild.
Yeah, that's a little wild, man. Because, like, let's just say, for instance, right, you get her pregnant, right?
Yeah.
Y'all not married. Women change, bro. You know this. When they get pregnant, stuff happens. They go through shit emotionally. And what if she start hating your ass while she pregnant, and you ain't she ain't married yet? 9 months go by, baby pop out. Yeah, I'm taking the baby and we out of here. Fuck you.
I'm going to court.
Okay, you going to court, right? But you know what state we live in. Think it's gonna really work out in your favor?
I get some visitation.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, but you get your visitation, but you still didn't get the bride. So but that's my thing. I guess I'm looking at it like, you need the baby before the marriage? Like, I'm trying to understand that part. Like,
okay.
It can still go bad. It don't matter.
I'm okay with that.
So, you just want another kid. You just want another fucking kid, I think.
I guess in this imaginary scenario, yeah.
Okay, so, like, we talking about your real life, then. Like, in real life, you just want another kid.
Yeah.
You really do.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, okay.
I do want another kid.
I mean, and that's cool. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't live that traditional life like everybody else. I don't.
Me neither. Because traditional, in a lot of senses, is just some shit somebody made up. And it's like, hey, this is how this should go.
That's somebody else's idea of how life is supposed to work.
Yeah, and it's like life don't work the same for everybody.
Nope.
I know the caliber of person I am. And I know where my loyalties lie and my moral code and all that, my moral compass, everything. I would not go and have a child with a woman I didn't think I could stay with.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I have one child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he's going to be 16 in September. I waited 16 fucking years.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been fucking the whole time. but I didn't have any more because I did not see good suitors.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, you down to party, I'm down to party, let's party. And get on out my face.
Right.
Now, and if I was to come into a situation where it's like, okay, I want you to do this, that means I see something in you, and I'm telling you, if you do this, I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, we can leave it how it is. That makes sense to me. Nobody's got the one up on the other.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's taking more risk than the other if we just leave it where it's at. Now, once you get the, here, sign your name on this.
Mm-hmm.
What am I insuring? That's like you live over there and I'm going to be like, you know what, I'm going to insure his house. And I don't even live there.
I guess my thing is, why are we going into it like it's like a you do something for me, I do something for you thing? Where's the love? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the love? Love is supposed to drive that thing, right?
I feel like love is what got people together anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But now when you start talking on the business aspect, see, my brain works. Love is going to keep me in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Love is going to make me deal with you. Love is going to make me look out for you. Love is going to make me protect you. Love is going to make you do shit when I don't feel like doing it. That's what love does to me. Once you start involving other entities in the love, it has to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that I view marriage at this age is not the way I viewed it when I was younger. When I viewed it younger, it's like, oh, I love you, I love you. we could just be together forever.
Mm-hmm.
And if we really looking at what love is just we together.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't going to nobody else. You ain't going to nobody else. We gonna stick it out together. We don't need no paper to say that. We don't need the government involved in our business to say that.
That's why I agree with you. I agree with you on that. Because that right there, I call that the bullshit.
Yeah, the paper is the bullshit.
Yeah, the paper to me is the bullshit. You already know what it is. It ain't nothing but a business deal with some shit going on where somebody somewhere is benefiting off of what the fuck we doing right here on this paper and putting it into this system. Like, that's where I look at marriage and I'm like, man, fuck this whole system.
Yeah,
that's where I am.
We should never have to sign papers to the government and shit to be married. What y'all got to do with who I'm spending my life with? What do that matter to you?
In my mind, I'm under this situation where I'm like, in my mind, I should be able to say I love you with everything I got in me. I want to marry you, and I should be able to go to the mall, get a fucking ring, put it on your finger, you put one on mine, and we married.
Right, and that's the end of it.
That's it. I shouldn't have to go ask for permission
to some motherfucker I never even seen.
Like, that's how I feel about that shit for real. Like, now, I guess I was just a little thrown off with you talking about the whole baby thing. So it makes sense now when you talk about the baby thing in exchange for me signing that paperwork.
Yeah, because now it's like, okay, I'm going to ensure, I'm telling you that since you had my child, that even if this doesn't work, I don't mind. Here, we'll even tell this nigga right here, you can have some of my finances.
But that's my thing,
if this don't work.
Hold on, let's rewind it though, like, because this is my thing. Nowadays, man, we living in a world now where men and women be kind of like making the same shit, like for real. Like if you meet a girl at your job, right? Let's just say hypothetically, you meet a girl at your job now. 9 times out of 10, she probably gonna be making around what you make.
Yeah.
So y'all decide to get married. Y'all stay at that job. Y'all never ever evolve and somebody go take off and do this and somebody go. Y'all always stay neck and neck. Y'all together for 20 years, neck and neck still. Why are you supposed to take the L if y'all get a divorce? If y'all always made the same amount of money.
And 9 times out of 10, the kids gonna work mom.
Yeah, but
so that's why you're gonna take the L.
So we talking child support then, but we're not talking no. Why would I pay you alimony and we was together for 20 years and we made the same amount of money?
And me, personally, that I feel you. That don't make sense.
That shit don't make sense.
Me personally, I like to pride myself. I'm somewhat of a master breakupper. You know what I mean? I'm the king of amicable splitting.
Mm-hmm.
It's a skill. It's a skill. So I feel like if I were in a situation with a woman, we could probably agree on something without the court, unless she was just in a spiteful space.
Mm-hmm.
Or, because I can't imagine I would be the one in a spiteful space. Like, even if she did me wrong, it's like, okay, bitch, I can't stay here, but this is what we got to do for the family.
Right. I'm with you on that. Like, what I want was mine. Like, Don't get me wrong. Like, if it's like some shit that I bought for your kids, I'm not gonna ask for that back. But I'm leaving with my electronics and shit. I'm leaving with I'm sorry. I'm leaving with the lawnmower.
Yeah.
You ain't cutting no fucking grass. I'm leaving with this fucking hedge trimmer.
Yeah, kids can't keep the Xbox. You're gonna have to get them one.
I'm gonna need that. Cause my profile was on that motherfucker. My credit card on. No, I need that shit. No, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
But this is why I talk about prenuptial agreements, because people live in these fake ass worlds where they just be like, oh, we're so in love. Nothing will ever happen to us. Come on, man. That shit is bullshit, man. Like, motherfuckers argue, man. People go through shit. I ain't even gonna say that a relationship will end over cheating. Because, we've been together for so long and she stepped off or he stepped off. Sometimes motherfuckers just get to arguing, man.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't come back from that shit. Like, fucking, I don't know about you, bro, but I'll get in a relationship with somebody, we can be together for years, and then you just get to arguing, and it's like, sometimes you just can't fix that shit.
Yeah.
Even a counselor can't fix that shit. You just like, okay, I think maybe our time just ran out.
Right.
Life gave us this much time together. It gave us this many years, and this many good years, and it gave us this many bad years. Life is showing us that we're not supposed to be together.
Right.
So we just need to go our separate ways. That's why a prenup is important to me. Because you can't predict what's going to happen. You can say, I'll never do this to you all you want, but that shit life don't work like that.
No, I don't.
One day I might wake up and my motherfucking left arm might not work no more. You don't like that shit.
Yeah, and like I'm also King of shallow shit.
So you already know if your girl wake up one day and her fucking left leg dead, and then they gotta cut that motherfucker off, you know you ain't gonna be able to look at her coming in this bitch every day like this with the fake leg.
Yeah, like I'm
Come
supposed
on,
to hit this from the
man.
back.
You got the dead leg over there, man. Like, nah, you're not finna do that, bro. So again, prenup, just in case, because you know how you are. I know how I am. My girl come home one day, she got a fucking mustache, and she decided to.
I'm going on natural.
I'm just gonna do this natural thing and let my fucking mustache grow in. The fuck I look like? Divorced. Fuck out of here. Prenup. Yep, you ain't getting nothing. I ain't getting nothing. We gonna split our shit and we go our separate ways.
Fuck out of here,
Fuck out of here. Yeah, I'm not fucking doing that shit. Like, I'm being real. Like I tell my girl right now, come the fuck home with a nub. Come home with a fucking nub. I'm telling you, man. I'm not the dude that's gonna be at the hospital supporting you. Sorry, I'm not. Fucking be there massaging your nub with Vaseline. I'm not fucking doing it. No. Fuck I look like. I'm not helping you put your prosthetic leg on. I'm sorry. Look, you know what? Let me stop, man. Let me stop, man.
No, I feel you though. And see, like some women, you mention the word prenup and then they get offended.
But why though? See,
that's what I'm like. Like you can tell me insure shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm supposed to not get offended, but when I say, oh, well, this shit, since we doing this solely based on love, prenup.
Prenup is insurance for both of us. What if, because women
that makes sure that we're just doing this on love.
Yeah, but you hear about the women that get stroked? Mary J. Blige.
Yeah.
Stroked.
Big ups to homie.
Stroked. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't play that game like the shit don't happen to women too.
Yeah, homie got her.
Hell yeah, like you get your ass kicked out here in the streets.
Kevin Federline.
Mm-hmm.
Got Britney Spears' ass.
Broke off.
Took the key and everything.
I'll take it another route. Remember the basketball player. This is how you know some women be on that bullshit. Men be on that bullshit too. But remember the basketball player. What's his name? What is his name? He played on the fucking team where they had the big ass riot in the goddamn gym.
Pacers of Detroit.
Yeah, but he played for the Pacers. Not Ron Artest, other dude.
Tinsley, Jamal Tinsley,
Nope,
Jermaine O'Neal.
No other dude. He had the headband on, yellow headband. I think they call him 4 or 5, some shit like that.
Steven Jackson?
Jackson. Did you ever hear the interview that he gave? Like he did a story time about how he was engaged to the girl. He was engaged to this chick. Man, it was fucked up, dude. And it had something to do with a prenup. So he was engaged to this girl for a long time, right? And they had the wedding and everything planned out. I'm talking about they was out there buying shit, spending thousands of dollars on this motherfucking wedding, right? Cut 2. They get to the day, like I want to say it was like the week of the wedding. He said, here, we got the prenup paper signed, filled out by the lawyers and everything. This is what I need you to sign. He presented her with the papers. You know, they had the conversation about it. Okay, I'm going to sign them. She kept blowing them off. And she's still getting shit for the wedding. They got the suits and everything. She got her dress, all the girls. This is wedding day. And he like, okay, boo, I need you to sign these motherfucking papers. Like, what's up? And she just kept blowing them off. Like, I'm going to sign them. Are we on the day of the wedding? She kept blowing the motherfucker off. Like, literally trying to get him to that motherfucking altar to get that agreement, the ring on the finger, done. She tried to get him to get all the way through that whole marriage, through the whole fucking wedding without signing the paperwork. And he was in the month. It was so bad that he broke down in there crying and shit. Like, damn, I'm not finna fucking marry her because she won't sign the papers. And she ended up not signing the papers, and this nigga had to cancel the whole wedding.
On wedding day.
On wedding day.
Damn.
It fucked him up. He was in there crying and everything. He was just telling the story. I'm like, that shit fucked up, man. That's why that prenup shit is important. To me, it is, because that's a form of security. Because think about what would have happened if he would have signed that shit. She would have got a baby up out of him.
Yep.
She ain't probably working. He probably take care of everything because he an NBA nigga.
Yeah.
So.
And ultimately, like, I would agree with, I would like a situation where the mom has the option to be at home with the children.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to sending them off to daycare.
Yeah. I got all this bread. Why am I doing all of this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we're going to still sign that prenup. Because you're not about to leave up out of here. I was shooting all them fucking jump shots.
Right.
You're not leaving out of here with 50 to 70% of my shit.
Right. Like can you imagine you marry the fucking bartender?
Mm-hmm.
And now she gets $1 million a year out of you?
Mm-hmm.
Now she's a millionaire because she left you?
Mm-hmm. A fucking millionaire.
Like, no.
Every one of those relationships should be tied to a fucking prenup. But these dudes be so goddamn in love that they just get lost in that shit. And you already know somebody get a cut of that money. That paperwork means some shit when they make you sign that shit. Somebody's getting paid somewhere.
Exactly. That paperwork is not free.
Whether it's the lawyers, the court system, and even if you think about child support get a cut of that money.
Yeah.
So think about it. Like, I pay child support every month. Damn near what, almost, I think a little bit over $600 a month. But when that money gets taken from my check and it goes to my baby mama, it don't be what they take out of my check.
Yeah.
It'd be a little less. So you do the math on that shit. Like,
and it's like, even if it was $25 less.
Yeah, but 25 times a billion men on child support.
They're killing.
Man, come on, man. That's a...
And look, for real, man, I was studying some shit, man, where it's like, man, child support, like, wait, it ain't even legal. That shit an agreement.
Mm-hmm.
So, some niggas can look into it. Right now, I'm cool with it because my son ain't wanting for nothing, so I don't mind kicking a couple dollars over there.
Right.
And they don't be over there like, hey, he needs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he needs something, he just call me, hey, Dad, can you get me, or can you buy me, or can you get this for me? I don't mind that.
Mm-hmm.
But if they ever got to where I felt like I'm supplying your household, I'm going to go study the rest of that shit and
send them on over here. That's what I say.
Exactly. That always been, and that's always been a thing of mine. Hey, if it's too hard, you can come live with me.
Nah, I ain't paying no child support no more, but you can send them on over here. Like, that's the situation I'm in now. Like I told you, my daughter, she moved in. And I know we going off the topic a little bit, but my daughter moved in, and I still pay child support. But I don't care, because I did talk to her mom, and she told me this is what I use it for. I'm like, all right, do what you got to do, you know, but it's up pretty soon. But to go back to what you were saying, like, now I understand why you would want the baby before the marriage. Yeah. Because it makes sense, because you already know what's going to happen after the marriage. 9 times out of 10, you being a man, you're going to get stroked. I watch multiple dudes that I know get stroked.
Yeah, and it's like, and if neither one of us plan on leaving, it shouldn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
But if you saying like, if I'm hearing you like, nah, I want the security, then I want security too. We need to be even. We both need to be getting the same thing out of this.
Ultimately, you want another kid. That's what.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
He want another kid. That's what it is. I know it. Like, we can just cut the marriage shit out. He want another fucking seed out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, me, I'm cool. Fuck all that shit.
And I'll take like 2 more.
Nope. Fuck all that shit. Nope. Bruh. Hell no. I'm a little bit older than you, but fuck.
And look, that's why we gotta get this shit popping so I can feel comfortable having more.
Cause that shit is.
I can afford 1 more, but I want like 3.
Fuck all.
So we gotta make this.
Yo, it's gonna pop.
We need to go.
Whether it's this, the other stuff we talked about off camera, it's gonna pop, man. Like, for real.
Yeah, and that's what I know.
Yeah.
Throwing shit at the wall, something gonna stick.
Yep.
Something gonna stick.
But you'll be surprised how many people, they don't be on that shit. They just be like, well, let's just pick that one fucking thing. I'm like, nah, we got a little bit of time to do this on the side too and that. Let's just do it all.
Yeah, because some people like, you don't want to spread yourself thin. It's not really spreading yourself thin if it's a bunch of shit you really want to do.
Yeah.
It's not like we're like, well, let's try this over here, this over here, this over here, but the passion ain't the same for all of it.
Yeah. I told you. Bruh, that's why I do so many different things. Like, now don't get me wrong. I know this is random chit chat right now. But
yeah, it's still under our 30 minutes.
Yeah, like, okay, but before I met you, bruh, it was kind of like I cycled through like 4 different. Oh, my bad. I cycled through like 4 different people, like, that kind of came to the table and it was about, you know, building shit, and it always led back to me building and shit.
Yeah,
and I'm like, man, fuck it, man. So eventually, I got kind of exhausted. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I just kind of burned out a little bit. I'm like, man, fuck it. I can just, the least I could do is keep, you know, coming out doing comedy at your spot. And I will maybe find 1 more room to go to. But that was all I had in me, because I was just like, damn, it's kind of like depressing and stressful trying to, you know, do shit and you ain't got no team of people to build shit with.
Yeah, because like in that Rich Dad Poor Dad book, you say, great individuals get rolled over by great teams.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why would I have a team if I'm the only person working?
Yep.
Like I'm taking on a team task,
Mm-hmm.
but then I'm the only one doing it. I mean, even with something like this, it would be nice if, like, to have a team with this.
Mm-hmm.
We could get so much more accomplished.
Yeah.
Like even just off of us talking, like damn, you know, like you showed me some shit that make the whole process easy. I'm gonna have to get some new gadgets.
It's time.
I might have to do Apple. I'm gonna see if I could do like some shit with like an Android, just cause I'm stubborn.
I mean, I'm sure you can.
Yeah, one of them newer ones gotta have.
Man, I'm sure you can screen record on there, but I think you might, with Android, you might have downloaded an app. Like, I like Apple because, I mean, the thing is, when you talk about technology, to me, I like shit that's clean. And Apple is clean. It's a clean process to me.
I feel like Apple's shit is made for content creators.
Yeah.
That's their target
Mm-hmm.
audience. It's like content creator. We're gonna make this shit super simple.
Yep.
Where you can just use your phone for everything.
Yep, it keeps everything in one clean space.
And whereas Android, it's like we're capable of that,
Mm-hmm.
but we're maybe more catered to
Third-party app developers. Like, and that's what it is. Like, to me, because on Android, what you can do is, if it's something that you can't do, it's always going to be an app on there for you to be able to do it. But you don't know what's going to happen with that app in the background. Like, it may crash out on you. It may work today, but next week it might not work. Or you run into the issue where it'll let you, your phone will download a whole bunch of shit, but then your phone start glitching out. It start running funny. Like, I don't like that. I like clean fucking shit. Like, if I record a video on my phone, I go right to iMovie, edit it right on my phone, upload it, boom, 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 chop it down, do all that.
niggas lucky I ain't techie, man. He just hit me with some shit that's kind of outside of my thinking scope. I'm like, man, I want to defend Andrew right there. And I feel like he just slighted us, and I don't know what to say. It's like I just got punched, and I don't know what direction it came from.
And don't get me wrong, like, bro, I used to be team Android for years. Like, I only been on iPhone for maybe 2 years. Maybe 2 years.
Well, it's time for me to get a new phone. I was gonna go for another Android, but I might just switch it over.
Come on home, man.
I need simplicity, especially in this content game. I need simplicity.
Yeah, come on home.
I need it simple.
When I tell you, bro, like, I done had all that shit. I had the Android, the curved phone. I even had a motherfucking like a Google phone, and they all did the same thing. My phone would be on fire in my pocket because I was doing so much on it. I was trying to do the same stuff on those phones, and I would have all this app shit, all these apps running, doing all this different shit on my phone. My phone would be on fire in my pocket. Battery down real quick, or like when I'm trying to render some shit or like, you know, upload some shit, it was just like, it was too much I had to do. Where on the iPhone, I could record this video on my iPhone, and then I can go to my PC, my Apple computer at home, airdrop the shit right from my phone to the computer without plugging it in. And then I could do it vice versa from my iPad, my MacBook Pro, and my phone. I could just airdrop shit all over the house.
Now, say I got a Windows computer.
Mm-hmm.
Can I plug the Apple thing in? It's like
Yeah.
an adapter I can probably get.
No, you can just plug your regular shit in, and you can just like go into your phone just like you would with that phone and just pull the photos off of there, pull videos off, all that shit. It's the same.
Might have to look into that, people.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a certain, you know, you just got to hit the different settings in your phone so that your computer could recognize that it's a, you know, different type of phone. It's just a little setting. You just switch it, and then you can drag and drop shit from your iPhone right onto your computer. Now, as far as AirDrop, I mean, like, say for instance,
I don't need the AirDrop.
Yeah,
You know? If
I
I
don't
can
even do
plug
that.
something in, I don't mind that.
but I don't even do that. Like with this computer here, I would just go to Google Drive. If I want to move something,
Yeah.
so if I got something on my PC at home, if I want to use my Windows computer at home to do something from this phone, I just drag and drop it into Google Drive, and then from there I upload it from my phone directly through the cloud into Google Drive.
So, this nigga don't use cords, man? I'm
Nah.
out here corded up.
No, Google Drive is right here, so I can use it from this phone, and whatever I want to put in there, I can take it straight from here, and whatever I want to do, I can just take all these files, upload them, images, all types of stuff, videos, all types of stuff, and I can pull it right onto my PC, my Windows PC, and work from there without plugging shit in.
See, look, y'all just got a lesson in tech right there, and y'all should have to pay for that. Charge you. About to make a Patreon and put that shit on there.
Hey, I mean, it's just simple, man. You gotta simplify this shit because it gets overwhelming when you where I was in the beginning.
Yeah.
Android phone, running off my laptop, had a few PCs around the house. I'm telling you, it just
I'm out here thugging. Because look, I was a caveman before I started pod. I was a caveman.
Evolution, bro. You're gonna evolve. I promise you, bro. Stay around me. You're gonna evolve.
I didn't even use credit.
Oh damn, you cashed out.
I'm like,
Cash.
if I ain't got it, I can't afford it.
Mm.
Yeah, I was a caveman.
I mean, don't get me wrong though. Like, I don't mess with the credit all like that. Like, I got credit cards and stuff like that, but
Yeah, I didn't have no credit cards when I started this. Like, I was.
yeah, no, I ain't putting nothing on credit. Nothing.
Credit score was like 3.
Oh,
Not
damn.
even 300, just 3. No, I'm playing.
3. He wasn't even alive.
Right.
He was a newborn baby.
Nigga died 10 years ago.
Damn.
Nah, but now I'm a credit decent. I can work a camera a little bit.
Oh, I see you. The video quality is good to me when you upload it to YouTube.
Yeah, and it come darker on that. You know,
Oh, okay.
Throw it in the little software. Put that one on it, and I'm good to go.
You can't change the color on there?
I did make it a little lighter. Like, if you could see that screen, it's a little brighter.
Hold on, time out. Now, we doing some random ass talk on air.
Yeah, I guess we could.
So we gonna close out.
Yeah, we could get off.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Motherfuckers like, what the fuck are they talking
Is you
about?
niggas serious? Yeah, I'll probably could just cut that off.
Okay.
No, they might want to know that.
Right.
Cutting it out doesn't work. They gonna get it. So, yeah, we gonna get on out of here. Thank y'all for tuning in to Croscast. Your man Cleveland. Cleveland Homes if you professional. Showtime if you're nasty.
And Dustin Calloway Comedy. I might have to change that shit pretty soon, but that shit, I don't know.
Is that like the social media, man?
Yeah, Dustin Calloway Comedy pretty much on Instagram, on Facebook. No, Facebook is Dustin J. Calloway. Instagram is Dustin Calloway Comedy. TikTok, Dustin Calloway Comedy. YouTube, Calloway Productions. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna find something in that realm just to stick with.
Yeah. Like, I'll probably just get used to him, man. You're gonna be seeing him for a while, so we got time to figure out what you're gonna say.
Yes, sir.
As always, it's been a pleasure.
For sure.
We out.
Peace.